Hey people, it's me Nosy here again for another review. Today it is finally on something Transformers based, Transformer wise and not anime wise for once. Yes, so today I'm going to be kickstarting my reviews off again and with something a bit simple because to be quite honest it won't take me very long to review this, and it is like 5 to 2 in the morning, and yes, a complex review at this time wouldn't be a good idea, especially for me, because I'd be waking everybody up, chucking it across the fucking room. But anyway, so, let's review a Beast Wars toy, which I bought at Auto Assembly 2012 this year, because that is kind of the theme of my reviews since I come back. I've only reviewed 2 things since I come back from Auto Assembly, so this is the third review since then, so yeah, I need to get cracking. So yes, let's get on with it, and today I'm going to be reviewing the 1996 Beast Wars Tarantulus. Whoa. Stay tuned.
Guilty secret to tell before my head explodes. A burden I never wanted, I'm getting close to overload. It has been a fun.
Welcome back. Right, we are talking about Tarantulus, one of the awesomest Predacons. Well, technically, you can't really call him an awesome Predacon. He's a cool character, but he's not really what you could call a serious character. For what I can recollect from the series, this guy was technically like a little bit like, if you think about it, it's like Ratchet. Wheeljack from G1. In the way that Wheeljack was kind of the scientist, he was kind of like the inventor of like new kind of things to trap the Maximals or to maybe get some energon, etc. So obviously Wheeljack was obviously an Autobot, and Autobots were obviously in stasis while these guys were roaming the Earth. Technically, because it was obviously went through a complete paradox, this series. But yeah, in a way what I'm saying with Wheeljack is that Wheeljack he was like an inventor, he was a scientist in G1, not Prime Wheeljack, 'cause he's kind of just an all kick-ass kind of character, and I like it. Ooh. But yes, this guy is a little bit where basically he's a scientist, he invents things, and basically to try and help the Predacon cause problems to the Maximals and also for their personal gain. So that's his kind of whole point of him being in the show, and also it's a bit of a it's a bit of a plot killer in a way, where basically when he comes up, he's technically mainly comedy relief, if you can understand what I'm saying with that. Yeah, I love this guy. I mean, he's a spider. He's a massive, awesome. I mean, I just love the alt mode. Is actually, unfortunately, the alt mode is better. No, well, I should say alt mode. The insect mode, the insect mode is actually much nicer compared to his robot. But you can forgive it. It's Beast Wars. It's kind of like my G1. Because Beast Wars was the first series I watched as a kid. G1, I didn't start watching G1 until right when I was probably in my early teens, because I was watching like the stuff that was coming out around that period, around the 90s period. So this came out in the toy line came out in 96, so the show came out about 95, 96 here in the UK. And then obviously I was watching RRD. Then I was watching Armada, basically the Unicorn trilogy, which had a lot to be desired, really. And obviously, but after I watched that, I then started basically checking out YouTube, because at that time on YouTube you could actually comment and you could actually check out videos without actually having an account, because nowadays you actually have to have a YouTube account in order to comment, which is, I think, ridiculous. So yeah, because of that, back then, back when YouTube channel was starting out, I basically checked out YouTube and I found Transformers G1 from the 80s, and I watched a couple of episodes on the net, and I loved it, and watched maybe about not the whole series on the net, but I watched a couple of episodes. Then I came back to it a bit later on, probably when I was maybe about 13, 14. And then I watched just about nearly all of it. I think I watched maybe the first 2 seasons. The other 2 I didn't. Then I watched the movie, which was kind of weird, because technically the movie is the start of the story and plot follow on for season 3 of the G1 series. So yeah. But anyway, getting on with the actual toy itself. Like I said, lovely. But before I get too far into the toy, I'm going to do a little bit of a bio on this guy, in case there's a few people out there that don't know how this guy is. If there is people out there that don't know what this guy, who does not know what this guy is, what or where have you been? Have you literally just been born about a year ago? Because it's technically, that won't make any sense. If you was born a year ago, you probably wouldn't even know how to work a computer. Yeah. Half the people that use these computers these days probably only have a mental age of about 1 year old anyway, because shall we say, trolls. Yeah. Anyway, right. Tarantulus. It says Predacon, obviously, and it says his function is Ninja Warrior. I can't really see him being a ninja, but he's a spider, and I don't. But you could technically say, yeah, ninja, because if you think about it, spider are quite stealthy. They're quite, you don't know if they're there or not. They could just appear out of nowhere, just in an instant blink of an eye. So yeah, you could mainly say, yeah, this guy's technically a ninja warrior, if you want to. Because this guy, unfortunately, doesn't really get seen in the series. He doesn't really see much action in such a battle. He battles a couple of times in the series, but most of the time he's either up to something which isn't going to be very good for the Maximals, and maybe not even for the Predacons either, or he's off basically just doing his own thing. Yeah, so basically modes, obviously he has his mutant mask mode. I'll get to that in a moment, which is kind of weird. And obviously he has his normal robot mode, and he has his beast mode. Parts he comes with this. This guy's complete, by the way. I got this guy loose at Auto Assembly, because I have actually got this guy. I've had him for a while, but I've got him in box. Is mint condition, and he's in the original bubble wrapping from 96 Toyland, the original box packaging. And I've been told that apparently if I kept him completely like that, he'll be worth a bit in years to come. Because apparently it's quite hard. Apparently I heard that it's very hard to find these guys or any of the 96 toys in their original bubbled wrapping, bubbled packaging, because they kind of replaced that box line with just a normal standard packaging, instead without the bubble. But apparently the bubble adds to the price of the toy when it's in mint condition, but I don't know. But yeah, so it comes with this weird thing, which is actually basically like a web missile thing. And then obviously in robot mode, it has this gun thing, which I'll show you, which is stored here inside. And obviously he should have 4 missiles, which actually are his legs in this beast mode, or whatever you call it. So the tech spec is an 8-armed master of martial arts. Okay. This ninja nightmare slashes his way through battle, virtually unstoppable. The heroic Optimus Primal suspects him of being responsible for the disappearance of numerous Earthlings, and recent rumours suggest the existence of giant cocoons where Tarantulus may store his unfortunate prey. He must be stopped before he spins his web of terror across the galaxy. Okay, this tech spec isn't right. How the hell does Optimus Primal suspect he is responsible of the disappearance of numerous Earthlings? I don't know, because these guys appeared on Earth before humanity even existed. The only thing that existed on Earth was animals, hence why Beast Era. Why the hell have they got that in there? There's some sort of idiot has gone and done that anyway. But his strength is 8, intelligence is 4, and I thought it'd be higher than intelligence because technically he's like an inventor. So 7 speed, endurance 6, rank 5, courage 7, firepower 7, and skill is 8. Yeah, but apparently the only variation this guy has is a Japanese version, which was released in '97, and obviously in '98 the Transmetal was released, and they released Fox Kids Transmetal Tarantulus in 1999. There was a Microverse Tarantulus in '97. This guy was the 10th anniversary Predacon Tarantulus in 2006 with a lot more paint apps, and there was a Robot Heroes Predacon Tarantulus. So yeah, there we go. That's all you need to know on the ins and outs of this guy. Even though I would have thought his tech spec was a little bit wrong, because technically Earthlings or humans was not around during the Beast Era. It was actually prehistoric. Well, technically it wasn't even prehistoric. It was before the dinosaurs had died out, so it was. Unless I don't know. I'm actually remembering something now. Was the humans? I don't know. I'm starting to remember possibly a Neanderthal here and there. You know, like I don't know. Somebody will tell me, but I really cannot remember humans being in this series because it's technically based like before technically humans really roamed the earth, and it was after the whole dinosaur period as well. So it was in that period where mainly like apes, monkeys, gorillas, cheetahs, etc. were technically the only things that roamed the earth. Yeah. Anyway, so let's get this guy transformed, shall we? Because I've been holding this guy for a little bit too long. But anyway, this guy is technically, you can't really class him a transformer really, because he's technically just all folded up. I mean, if you look underneath here at the back, there are his legs that are just literally well, quite cleverly done. But if you think about it, you can tell they're his feet. And obviously, I like how his arms have technically just become the pincers on the front, or these things here technically are his arms. And then the forearms technically form his actual spider legs, which actually is a clever little mode for a Beast Wars toy, even though technically he does need a lot more paint apps in his robot mode, and I will get to that when I transform him. So these arms bits just bring to the side and unpeg from underneath. Then get these bits and bring down. Like I said, that is not a transformer, because technically all you're doing is just unfolding him. Then bring this whole top assembly, this bit, completely down, and shoot out his missile. You don't do that. Just get it back in. There we go. Brings it up a bit better. Offset on the feet bring the insect arms a little bit more around. And there he is. Ooh, and drop him. And there is Tarantulus. I am sorry if you can't really see it all that well. Just bear with me a second and I will brighten the screen a bit. I think that's the best I'm really going to get it for you. Yeah, so that's Tarantulus in his robot mode. Now, it's respectable. It is respectable. It's an okay. You can technically tell that is Tarantulus. The only thing that I don't like is his head. Because, I mean, the head sculpt, you can tell it's Tarantulus, but it's just this awful grey. It would have been nice if they would have, well, they did, because they released the 10th anniversary edition, which I just told you, mentioned about. And basically it's the same, but what they've done is they've just added more paint apps, and they've basically painted the head, and they've done bits and bobs to actually make him look a lot more show accurate. And I think I might try and get that. If I can try, I might try and get the 10th anniversary edition. Because the 10th anniversary editions of the original line are actually much more detailed. But yeah, so I might see about picking a couple of them up and seeing how much better they are. I mean, you can't beat the originals, to be quite honest with you. I mean, they're technically just like the G1s. They're shit, but you just gotta love them. And there's some gems in there, like there is in G1. In Beast Wars there's some bloody gems of toys in there, but there is some really bad ones, but you respect it because it's for the time period, it's the 90s. You technically, Beast era technically came out really here well, basically came out in 95, so really toy development within that bit of time, it has come on leaps and bounds, because obviously you have a lot more articulation than you did in the G1s, but that's it. Articulation improved, but the whole prosthetic kind of was the same in certain toys, mainly because these were technically what you call the basic lines, because they released different lines for the Beast Wars. They released basic, which is like Spitor was in that. If you've got Spitor, he's basic. Then they released this guy who is a little bit more detailed, but yet technically what you call Bio Combat. Technically they released a Bio Combat line, which these guys were all in, which was like what you could call deluxe. These were obviously, this is deluxe. Then basic was technically what you could call what do you call them? Scout. Technically like a scout class kind of figure, you know, in size. So yeah. So they only kind of really had like 3 sizes, figure sizes in the Beast Wars era. They had obviously your leader class, or your Voyager class was technically all your leader verse, which was like your Optimus Primal and your Megatron. The rest of them were just, basically they were all technically in unison in size of each other. So say if you wanted to display all the Beast Wars figures, say like you had Megatron in the middle, who's the largest of them all, except for Rampage, because Rampage is kind of bigger than Megatron, but they're all in size comparison to one another, and it's a good idea. But yes, so if you get this thing, actually let's shoot this out first. If you get this thing out the back, to see it's stored, which I think that's a really cool thing, I love that, where it's actually stored in his back, that's his gun. Now if you plug it into his little pincer arm and chuck it on the floor, bear with me, there you go. So, and one thing I don't like about this toy is that his torso doesn't actually click in anywhere. Oh yeah, it does. There we go. Just a second. Right, so there's his gun in his arm, you can just see it, and this thing that's dangling is his like web blaster thing that plugs into it. And what you do is, as well, there's some of his feet, his legs, sorry, you can just get one off, just to show you. I'm really sorry. These things here, which are technically his insect legs, he can pop off, and you have 4 of them in. I have 4 of them, which he comes with 4, and these are actually additional. These are actually additional, like missiles, which actually is pretty cool. Like you can disguise them as his insect legs. I think that's a pretty neat idea. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing really I can really go for him. I mean, articulation is actually pretty good. You get very good. You can do a Perceptor kick. You can go in and out. You got very. You can literally fold up his legs that much because obviously that's due to his conversion. You've got no waist articulation. It's all just one thing. Oh yeah, sorry, his mutant mask. I completely forgot to show you his mutant mask. Basically, if you get the head. This is the head, and you pop it up like thus. And there's his mutant mask or mutant head. Don't think you're gonna see it. And that's the best you're gonna see. Basically, it's just blue eyes or grey eyes, and I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, at least it's been painted compared to his actual proper robot mode head. But I don't know. I mean, to be honest, those mutant things I really don't see the point of, because technically I don't really see. But for some reason, they all come with a mutant head. But to get his, you literally just slide it like so. And I've only just found that out. Thank you to TFU Info. I've only just found how to reveal that. And I've had it for how long? But anyway, yes. Thank you very much. This has been my review on the awesome Tarantulus from Beast Wars, the 1996 original. Thank you very much. Thank you for waiting for a Transformers review. So yes, thank you very much. This is awesome. Plastic Crack is awesome. Especially Beast Wars is just awesome. If I say awesome again, I probably might end up getting killed because people might get annoyed with me talking all the time. Anyway, so thank you very much. Hope you've enjoyed the review, and I'll be back very soon with more, hopefully. So see you soon. Bye, peeps.